Good morning and welcome to Comics and Coffee with Cliff and our special guest today, Oh Yeah Comics, Nate.
Hello, I have my coffee and I'm with Cliff on comics.
All right, so I'm drinking my regular Green Mountain breakfast blend today. A little earlier, I had Borinquen Gold, which is a true Puerto Rican coffee. Not like Bustelo, which was discovered by a Spaniard. And then the company was sold in 2000 to someone in Miami. And then they sold it in 2011 to the Smucker Corporation. So Smucker is producing Bustelo now. And at least it has a Spanish origin, thank goodness, and a Cuban origin. Because in reality, the horror is that everyone, including people in my family, are like, it's a Puerto Rican coffee. And yeah, Puerto Ricans drink it. But guess what? Now, and the original recipe was an espresso coffee, but it then became popular to do it in the sock on the oven, and there you go. So that's your morning education on coffee. But yeah, so I had the tough coffee in the morning, and now I'm having the breakfast blend from Green Mountain to get me through. Nate's coffee is a little weak today, but what coffee are you using?
It is a coffee that a friend of mine, actually, he roasts and smokes beans. He also makes bacon and all kinds of stuff. So it's supposed to be a darker French roast, I think, but I only had like half as many grounds as I would have needed, or half as many beans to grind as I would have needed for the water I use. So it's extremely weak and disappointing, but any coffee is better than no coffee, friend.
Right? It's true. All right, good morning, Matt. And Frog Roller. And it is morning in the morning when you're saying good morning. I love it. Phil, thank you. Oh, Renegade Rants Comics. All right. Renegade Rants, I'm a little bit concerned.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I should hope so. I think, with the exception of my rants, which usually don't go anywhere, Jab's expensive player. Welcome. All right. Wellbore, hello. Matt is up. Nate is omnipresent. What am I saying? I'm getting names all mixed up.
All these places.
Terrible. My friends and I made Bailey's milkshakes. Those are dangerous. Are they, or are they super fun?
That sounds pukey.
What?
That sounds.
Why
pukey.
would they be pukey? Have you had Bailey's Irish Cream and ice cream? Are you?
Yeah.
You're telling me that Bailey's Irish Cream and then vanilla ice cream are not a match made in heaven?
I'm not saying it's not delicious. I'm saying that I don't know my limits and I push things too far. So I would drink that. It would be saccharinely disgusting, and I would end up throwing it up. No question.
Number one, I would be making them. Number two, you are a little guy, so I would use proper arguments. I would sit there and go, I made mine, and then I'll be like, and here's yours, Nate. Here's yours. Here's mine.
I would still drink 4 of them, and it would be a problem.
I know. No, I'd have some self-control. Usually I make sure there's a game involved to confuse people while they're drinking. Unless you're alone with me, that's a whole different problem. So anyhow, then you'll just wake up on the floor the next morning with a whole lot of what happened? Where is everything? Do I still feel like the same person?
I drank so much. I don't remember.
Oh, let me tell you. They're always more scared when they don't remember. That's terrible. I shouldn't talk that way. Oh, that reminds me. It's 10 a.m.
It's good to let everybody know.
In case you forgot where we are.
Oh.
Get your children out of the room unless they're 18 or over. Oh my goodness. So, I guess I should go over the regular thing. Again, for anyone who's interested, and of course there's no pressure, I am partially monetized. If you want to join for the subscription, or if you want to do a super chat or any of those things, from now until the first week of December, everything is going to go to my Toys for Tots toy drive that we do at the Marine Corps every year at the comic store. And the second week of December through January, which is my birthday month, it's going to go to the Hyde Park Food Pantry. And also, I did the merch store thing yesterday, so you may find a couple of fun items there. I hope so. And did Roscoe just show up?
It's Roscoe. I love that guy.
Oh, Tony. Tony. Listen, I love Tony so much. In case you don't know the Tony Terrificon story, we finally met each other in front of the Three Men in the Basement booth. So Otto is there, right? And thank you, Matt. I appreciate you.
God, he is a gem.
He is a gem. He is a gem. So Tony and I meet in front of the booth, right? And he had already told me, he's like, I'm gonna hug you and all this stuff. So the deep hug, he grabs my ass, he's kissing my cheek,
I love this story. I have heard it, but keep telling it.
Otto's like, what is happening in front of my booth right now? His hands go deeper, my fingers go deeper. I whispered in his ear, I was like, you'll never beat me at gay chicken. Or something to that effect. And then that was it. It was great.
It's a great story.
There's no other. I can honestly, even when I was dating Mateo, I can't remember a time where a man kissed my neck so much at a convention. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love you too, Tony. Oh my goodness. So let's start with, oh my God, I'm trying to make the basic questions less basic. So what was the first comic book to turn you into a comic book reader?
Barry Allen Flash.
Ooh, how nerdy. I love it.
I mean, I will say I had Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman when I was a little kid. But what turned me into a nerd that went digging through boxes was Barry Allen Flash, Silver Age.
Oh, Silver Age.
Oh yeah.
When did you start hitting those nitty gritty books? Oh my goodness, his wife is being murdered.
I mean, I mean, I was a teenager, so I was probably 14, 15 years old when I actively would go to conventions and things, and that's it felt like, and back then it felt much more attainable than it does now, but it felt like a run that you could put together.
Yes. And it was a run you could put together.
Yeah. And now, I mean, it still mostly is. There's very few. The early books are more expensive. And the Zoom Zoom is the only real big dollar key. Everything else is
which is ridiculous because he has amazing villains. He's got the whole Rogues Gallery. So just the first time the Rogues attack him should be a whole thing. Not to mention Vandal Savage,
come on, Big Sur, Rainbow Raider. Those are $2 books.
And
Big
some
Sur
of
is
some of them
hysterical.
Some of them should remain that way.
Yes, I agree. But
I was gonna say, I'm over here naming Vandal Savage. You got Big Sur and Rainbow Raider. I'm no, they should stay. They should stay with $2.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, Heat Wave, Captain Boomerang is a big one, and Trickster is a big one, but Heat Wave isn't even that big. Captain Cold.
So, yeah, Captain Cold. By the way, what do you do for a living before we get into Phil's question?
I teach third grade.
Oh, awesome. All right. So, Phil, your question is not valid here. I was waiting for him to say accountant. And you know what, Phil? If you want to do that, if you want to run those risks on your own, that's on you, man. That's between you, the Lord, and the IRS. So, God bless and good luck, and don't get arrested. Big Sur. Okay, fine. Big Sur is awesome. Fine.
He's in the Injustice League. Justice League International.
Is, but still, how many? Yeah, but is he the first person you think of on the Injustice League? No.
Major Disaster.
That's also not my first person I think of, but you
are a Multiple Man fan. No,
I can be, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fan of his ability.
He's wacky. What, he dies, right? Isn't his thing that he dies and comes back with a different personality each time?
No, not exactly. He multiplies. and there, and of course, when he makes so many of himself, they can have multiple personalities.
Okay.
That's why 6 of him can be Dazzler's backup dancers, but 25 of him can be working in a science lab on Genosha.
We're talking about different multiple mans. You're talking about Jamie Madrox.
You're talking about multiplex.
Where is he? That guy.
That's Ultiman. Or Multi-Man.
Multi-Man. I think it's Multi-Man.
Yeah. Multi-Man.
And speaking of Dazzler, I've been waiting. I didn't show you this backstage, but I wore this for you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that. I love that. Listen, Dazzler's having a moment. She's having a year. Taylor Swift is having a Dazzler. Dazzler's having a Taylor Swift. And I'm loving all of it. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, I am too.
And I don't know what anyone was thinking, but clearly Marvel was like, the fans, they came up with this craziness. Let's just give her a miniseries. Let's just see what happens.
I hope issue 2 is better than issue 1. I didn't love it.
Issue 1 was not that bad. Like, if you compare issue 1 to the original Dazzler series, how is it different? I'm Dazzler. I'm a performer. Oh, I got attacked on stage. I mean, come on.
No, I'm not saying thematically it's not there. And maybe it's me. I'm gonna argue like 80s comics versus 2000s comics, but it comes down to value for my dollar.
It doesn't feel the same for sure. But come on, the only thing that's missing is her being sexually harassed by men.
Very true.
And
very true.
And by the way, if you really want to question the writers of the 80s, just read Dazzler series. How many times they're like, oh, she's so beautiful, let me give her a kiss while she's sleeping. Your ass is canceled in 2024, bitch. Kissing her while she's asleep on the couch. And her father, negligent.
He's the worst.
He is so horrible. Not only is he a bigot, but he's negligent. 20 dudes show up at Dazzler's apartment because they're worried about her, including her father, mysteriously find her unconscious, and then her dad leaves and is not the last one out the door. What kind of father isn't saying, all you dudes get the fuck out while I sit here and wait for my daughter to wake up because I am her father and I'm concerned? He is one of the biggest piece of trash ex-parents out there. Like, boo, sir.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That is great. I'm sorry. Ooh.
It's okay.
Oh, John, good morning. I have John's box.
It's John.
And John's box that's supposed to go to John is also sitting right here next to me, not moving, because I don't feel like I'm good enough. I have some serious issues. I have to mail everything around me.
Oh, I mailed so much stuff last week. Yeah.
I can't do anything. Yeah, nothing's working for me. I need to switch from coffee to alcohol.
Not this early.
But I can't afford alcohol. Oh my God. All right. Oh, wait. I only asked you like one question.
Okay.
How long have we been going? It's been 13 minutes. All right. One more question for you. All right. So we did that. What was your first exciting comic book movie? Like the first comic book movie where you left and you're like, yeah.
There, no question. It's Batman '88. I went with my cousin. We live in a small town, and so we had the theater when I was growing up. We had a movie theater that literally had one screen, and they'd have two shows. So there was like a 7 show and a 9 show. And so we went to the early show. We saw Batman '88. We walked out. 89. We walk out and kind of looked at each other and just went up and bought a ticket and went and saw it like back to back. We went and saw 2 shows. So that was the as a kid, that was just absolutely mind blowing and amazing. An amazing experience. I felt like it was the first comic book movie. I mean, I know Superman was first, but that was the first one that really felt like a comic book movie to me.
Right, because a guy in a colorful, tight outfit flying around with his cape flopping in the wind, chasing missiles, didn't quite feel like a comic book movie.
it was for 12-year-old me, it was too long. There was, the first Superman
How
movie
dare you, sir? It
was
is a
too long.
masterpiece. You know
It,
what?
it
I
is a
watched it in 2
masterpiece.
nights. I watched it in 2 nights as a child. It doesn't matter. I was 2 years old when I was exposed to Superman, and that was it. That was it. That's all I needed. Then I discovered Superman 2. I lost my mind. Then they started advertising Superman 3 in the newspapers. I drove my mother crazy. We saw it at the drive-in theater. Homegirl getting sucked into the computer and turned into a cyborg.
Oh, that was awesome. So awesome.
Oh my God. That scared me. So I could not watch that one moment in Superman 3 for 10 years. I was like 20 when I finally said, I'm watching it. And I was like, oh my God, it's still chilling. I watch it today. I'm like, oh my God, Selma. Oh my God.
I love it. I love Superman 3 is like some of the best trash.
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic trash. But I got to tell you, for a movie that's so trashy, turning her into a cyborg is one of the most amazing special effects ever.
I agree.
It was like oh, we're phoning it in, and then they're like, we're turning this bitch into a cyborg. And then they went crazy.
I haven't seen it in years. I'm gonna have to show this one. I'm gonna have to show my son. We're gonna have to watch.
No, and well, how old is your son?
He's almost 10. It'll be fine. It'll only mildly scar him.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, you just wait till she gets sucked into that computer, and he'll be like, "Oh my God!" The kid's gonna be like, "Dad," and you're like, "It's okay, son. It's a movie. It's a movie." Oh God, wait. Yeah, then you go, "Oh God, what just happened to her eyeball?" So he can both be traumatized. You can be re-triggered, and he can be traumatized.
Very good.
Goodness. So my giveaway is Superman the movie is a big one. Although I gotta tell you, in my young adult life, leaving the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, like, oh my God, Whoa. And I saw it at 11 in the morning, theater full of young people, children, and that was rough, but I left that movie like, holy cow, and I saw it again that night.
So the first Spider-Man movie, like you said, leaving that movie, because of the way that they end the movie with the most Spider-Man web-slinging Spider-Maning you've ever seen. Like, it was so perfect, that ending. Yeah, I saw it in a packed theater too. I saw I walked just a random theater, and I went by myself because nobody else could go with me. I had the day off or something. And I saw like 3 other people that I knew that were also there by themselves just to go see that movie. But yeah, everybody, you can't watch that movie and not feel amazing at the end of it because of that last sequence that is so masterfully done. It's perfect.
But the movie has such a complete journey, that it's like, and then it just ends on that note, and you're just like, oh,
yeah, it's very, very well done.
Most of my friends at that time were all like, oh, Kirsten Dunst, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm like, can y'all fetch Kirsten Dunst every day on the street? I'm like, I don't even understand. And then this issue came up again when we watched Spider-Man 2, but this time we saw Spider-Man 2 in IMAX, right? And we're leaving, and like one of my friends agreed with me. It was a 75-foot theater screen. You could see the melanoma on Aunt May's freaking hand, right?
Right.
You could see Tobey. You could see every pockmark and scar on Tobey Maguire's face. I kid you not. But that girl, Kirsten Dunst, not one blemish. Not one blemish. And they're like, oh, well, Mary Jane Street, whatever. I was like, that bitch's face was flawless. Flawless. I was like, I don't know what standard you are using or whatever it is that's going on in your heterosexual mind. I was like, but she is flawless. All right. And I'm hearing none of this. She's a perfectly fine Mary Jane. Jesus, have mercy on me. I mean, it was not the greatest rendition of Mary Jane story-wise, but otherwise,
there's nothing wrong with her. They just didn't do much with her.
I enjoyed the Pride Parade scene. Who had the Pride Parade?
I don't know. Was it the Spider-Man parade? Was there a?
The Spider-Man parade, I'm sure that that's a pride parade. Although Spider-Man did have, a sprinkling of gay elements in it,
Yeah,
but I get maybe unintentional sprinkling of gay elements in it. So that's too bad for me. They did MJ dirty. They did, but she looked great. Smoke that, Mary Jane. See, there you go. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Matt uncensored on Saturdays. I love it. All right, so we can move into our first little segment, and that's the comic of the week. Now, for my comic of the week, I'm totally going to cheat because there's like a lot of good comics, but there's not enough comics with a gay lead trapped on an island full of vampires. So I'm giving it to Summer Shadows #2. I can't resist this book. I love it. So I'm going to give it. I saw an issue 2. I snatched it right out. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't leave the store without this. I can't. But if I'm going to be a little more fair or something like that, let me try and be fairer. I'm going to give it to Wonder Woman 14. And again, some people really are hardcore. Yeah, this is a great issue, by the way. And yes, we get the birth of Trinity here and an explanation to her birth. But more so, it's a nice conclusion to, or at least not a conclusion, but I don't know, almost a wrap-up point, not or just a pause. You don't want a book just needs a pause before it starts its next thing. I just thought it was a good pausing point. I thought it was very well done. There's a lot of heat it's getting for the characterization of Wonder Woman and the Wonder Girls and whatever, but I'm it's pretty fine. Yarix comes on a little extra strong in this issue, even for me, and I still don't like her. I'm still not sold on Yara Flor. We have so many Wonder Girls, and then they threw in Yara Flor, which I wanted to be excited by, and I hated her first adventure. And then I haven't read anything where she zero to endear me to her. Zero has endeared me to her. I'm so sorry. I want to love her. But yeah, so my less biased pick will be Wonder Woman 14.
I like it.
For you.
All right, for me, I'm also going to cheat. I think this is the only segment I'm cheating on. And I'm cheating 2 ways. The first is that I don't have anything from I don't have anything from last week. I think this is all from 2 weeks ago.
And speaking of cheating 2 ways, reminder, #Brotherload t-shirts are on sale in my shop. Go ahead.
The DC All-In Special actually has me kind of excited about upcoming DC arcs. So I loved this. This is a hefty boy. And it's, 2-sided, and I love that they gave me a nice little booster gold, an introduction of the new Justice League, and then they gave us the weird dark side perspective, which had kind of a Kirby feel to it, which it should, because Kirby and dark side. So I really liked that.
Give us that Kirby crackle.
My actual real book of the week or book of the month or the moment or whatever is something I don't hear enough people talking about, and it's Plastic Man No More. This is a DC Black Label written by Christopher Cantwell, and it is pure body horror. Plastic Man is decomposing, and he's literally liquefying, and he's trying to figure out why everybody treats him as a joke. He thinks he's got a way to cure himself after talking to a doctor. He thinks he's supposed to go to a psychiatrist, but they send him to a plastic scientist who explains how plastic breaks down and how you could reverse the process theoretically, even though she's everything about you is theoretical. There's all these moments where Plastic Man's with the Justice League and he's talking, and his word balloons are literally covered by other people because he's the least important. No one listens to him. And it's just it really makes you sympathetic for him. So 2 issues so far are out of this, and I cannot recommend it enough.
Isn't he also trying to save his son?
He's trying to save his son because, his son has inherited his abilities. And they touch on his past as a criminal, as a thief. And that he's kind of just sort of lucked into being a superhero, because he's still just a shyster at heart. And I think that's really cool. So there's just a lot of levels to it that I have really I don't know. It's hit a lot of things that I really like. I love a good, I don't know if he's B list or C list. He's somewhere in that B minus.
He got a Saturday morning cartoon show. He gets to be B list.
You're right. I agree.
But I love that you have the Superman pretzel can in the background. I love it. I have mine somewhere, but I'm just like, I'm seeing it and I'm loving it. It's bringing back all the memories.
That was a gift from an aunt when I was very young, and it's something that I've kept forever.
Me too.
Aww.
I remember the first time I found Superman pretzels in the store, like in the regular bag. I'm like, oh my God. Because it was something I had only seen on Entertainment Tonight when they interviewed, the world's greatest Superman collector,
Oh yeah.
And then like the can came out and I was like, oh, dope, the can, but the can didn't have the real bag inside, And then after the can, I found actual real pretzel bags. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I've kept this forever. I've used it to store so many things. Probably some weed at one point.
Again, it's after 10 a.m. Mature audiences only.
Mature audiences only. I saw the disclaimer.
Hey, Class Man C list. Oh, the 89 Batman cereal. I remember that too. My brother, who does almost absolutely nothing nice for me ever in the history of mankind, did one time stop by and drop all. He was just happened to be shopping and dropped off a box of Batman versus Superman cereal.
There you go.
And it's got the textured S on the cover. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so candid. I need more coffee. Candid comics and coffee with Cliff. Oh my God, my mother and I went to a paint and play yesterday, and it couldn't be a paint and sip because it was a work event, and because we host, alcohol use and drug use and gambling recovery and addiction recovery. We did all this stuff. We offer all these services. We can never have alcohol at a work function, so it became a paint and play, right? And so like while I was there, I was just the whole time I was thinking, it was like if only I could have a drink. And the only reason I'm thinking this is because I can't have a drink,
Right.
But the food was very good. Everything was homemade, and the people who took care of it did great. It was
awesome.
you want to talk about depressing? It was our Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. But what's the tricky thing about Hispanic Heritage Month? It starts in the middle of September and ends in the middle of October. So
yeah.
we were technically 3 days late having it. My goodness.
That is okay.
Have you seen the Marvel fruit leather studded with Nerds candy? I have not, but I want to after this. My goodness. I want to check that out.
Yeah, I'm Nerds gummy clusters and Nerds rope. I miss ever since I got these braces. I can't have that stuff right now.
Or maybe ever again.
Yeah, well, probably shouldn't. I don't care. It's delicious. Those are the best tasting chemicals ever.
There are so many things that I know I should never have again, and then I'll have them, and then I'm like, oh, I love this, and then like my teeth are like, how dare you do this to me? Haven't we been through enough? And like I'm in torture. Get me to the dentist. It's a great time. It's a great time. I'm still in recovery from the last dentist trip. Oh, they're coming back.
Sweet.
They're coming back, and they're like crack. Thanks for rhyming, guys. I love that.
Poetry in the comment section.
Poetry in the comment. It's a magical thing. They were being advertised on Thursday Night Football. Oh, see, this is what I get for not enjoying sports. This is what I miss out on. Oh, we did one of those get together. You know what I mean? One of those get to know each other things at work. And so people are like, what's your favorite sport? I'm like, I don't have one. And
every time.
And then like some other thing, and then it was like, and this one guy, because you're supposed to find out what card the other person's holding, and this one guy's trying to cheat, and he's like, what you got, right? And I was like, I've got my mother's love, she's right over there. I've got the ability to know that I'm worth something. And I've got, the ability to lift over 20 pounds. And I've got and I've got the ace of spades, bitch. Like, I was just doing the whole thing. Not true.
Oh,
Sports. I know, but it's not a sport. It's not a televised sport. It's just one I like playing every weekend. My favorite sport is competitive putt-putt. You know what, Mark? I believe that. Shout out to Mark. I hope you're doing well, and
no doubt. It's good to see some of his updates. Seems like things are moving in the right direction, at least.
My favorite update is I'm alive.
Yes.
Those are my favorite updates. I can't. Like, I see that weather shit, and I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, is everyone okay?
It's so much. Like, so many people I know were affected by that, and it's
seriously.
It's crazy.
My friend Ashley, like, her and her family are okay. Her and her daughter, but she lost her car. The water just took her car away.
Wow.
Away, and that's it. Her car is just gone. I'm like, how do you even file the insurance claim? As my family and I ran for shelter, I watched my father try to save my car from being washed away into the ocean. Like,
yeah.
How do I explain? What box do you check? I was like, holy shit! My friend Scott in North Carolina, buried in mud. So, I'm glad that everybody, their insurance is helping, but it's a shit show.
Everybody I know lost, some property, or, was lucky enough to not have too bad of damage, but everyone I know is fine. Their families are fine. And that's what freaking matters.
Exactly. We can always find a way to start over. Of course, I'm really worried about the comic book collections.
There's a guy I watch, a retro computer guy, LGR, and he had so many games and electronics and computers, like vintage stuff you can never replace, and it was destroyed. Like, not all of it, but a good chunk of his collection was destroyed. And everything I've seen from him since then, he seems to have the right attitude. He's like, it's not about this stuff. But man, yeah, when I see like the tree through the roof, I'm just like, oh my God, how much water got on the books? How much?
Oh my goodness. So my friend in New Jersey, the last time there was a big hurricane there, his wife was like, what are you doing? The kitchen was covered in comic books. He's like, I know my priorities. You're safe. Our daughter's safe. My comics are safe. That's the order. And she was like, damn, their basement was soaked to death, and every comic was rescued, everyone. And she's like, you can't keep my kitchen like this. He goes, it's only until the basement's refinished. And now, oh my God, he is too much. He added a raised floor to the basement. So now there's he did everything he could to make it like less problematic for the future. And I'm like, a raised floor? I'm like, bitch, how much money you getting from nursing?
Stack up some pallets.
Well, you know what, Jab? I mean, if you saw his wife, you would understand why she's first. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but from my understanding of the heterosexual standard, she's good. She's good. See, like a pro. I'm glad we don't have natural disasters. I like how you say no one is immune to natural disasters. There are multiple forms of natural disasters. Make sure every one of those boxes is checked on your home insurance. Chicken fed for herself, comics cannot. I mean, that's an almost valid point, but still. Love for comics. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
And of course, shout out to Christina Payne, who is keeping the chat updated.
Oh my gosh. Is she not the best? Today's the last day.
Today is the last day of voting for the Comic Book Community Awards. Remember, her and Las Cruces and AOA are all out there. And I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just reminding you who we see all the time. And those are the 3 people that I see all the time. And that's the only hinting I'll give you. However, I'm not fucking around. When it comes to most comedic content creator, if your ass has not voted today, you need to get out there and vote for Freaky Louie. Vote for him. Vote for him. E-Man, my darling. Now, I am going to give a dead giveaway. I did vote for E-Man for best hair. Now, I would like for Rob to kind of win it because he's been in there like all the time. But like, oh my God, you're so cute. All right, so here's the thing. First of all, shout out to Rich, my friend Velvet Joker. Here's the thing. People come here to my Comics and Coffee and they think that I give a shit about current affairs, right? And like, I don't. Henry Cavill's in Voltron. As what? For who? Amazon? MGM? Great. Is he low tour? We don't know. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. New York Comic Con news? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I'm over. Like, I will talk a little bit about New York Comic Con, but guess what? New York Comic Con, what's the news coming out of New York Comic Con? Look at that 350,000 variants. Let me tell you something. It is so sad. I prefer Dave. Let me tell you something, Mark. It's naturally smooth.
That makes one of us.
Well, that's why God gave us razors and wax and all sorts of other great things. Yeah. So, no, you can say yes, bitch, here because I put the warning. Oh my goodness. You too, Mark. Oh, I'm getting write-ins for hair. Oh. But anyhow, so like, I don't know what is going on near Comic Con. Like, I haven't heard anything seeking sponsorship for Harry's. Yes. Oh, damn. We had to ruin it with that. So anyhow, I'm not sure if there's a great segue for that. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. Have you seen anything about New York Comic Con that's really interested you?
No. But I don't actively look at that stuff either.
No, but the thing is, like, I've got everyone happening on my Instagram, and what am I seeing? Variant. Whatnot. I'm on the main stage with whatnot. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm at the point where I could make a beat and just start twerking to all the whatnot. And it's so hard for me to care. It's so hard to care. Although, shout out to Durs. He's doing a great job with Rups Comics and just selling his ass off all weekend. So good job.
Yeah, they did announce a lot of
I know,
DC
but I
books,
still don't care. Like, I'm not even sold on Absolute. People are just coming all over themselves over Absolute Batman. I was like, it was a fine first issue. Like, there's nothing happening in issue 1 to make me lose my shit. You know? And I'm like, oh, it's all right. It's all right.
My unpopular opinion on Absolute is like, and I enjoyed Absolute Batman, but like, it just feels like an Elseworlds thing. I don't want a second universe. I want a really good universe. Like,
yeah, but we know what they're doing. Oh shit! Ultimates is is fire over at Marvel. What are we gonna do? Who are we gonna grab? You know.
And I think Ultimate at Marvel has cooled down a little bit. Like, the hype from that has died down, and DC once again is late to the
shit. I don't want to hear it. Ultimate Spider-Man is phenomenal.
I haven't read it. I'm trade waiting it. I've heard that. I believe it. I absolutely believe it because it sounds like they're giving the Spider-Man that people want to read.
I want to say one thing in support of Ultimates and Absolute. Both of those universes are born out of the main continuity. So, like, Absolute universe, even though you have to there's level of suspension of disbelief has to go from 0 to 1,000,000, right? Because we have to believe that the Elseworld energy that they detected years ago in our time, right, has to tie into Darkseid now just dying and his death giving birth to that universe, making that universe exist all along.
I think you've got this right.
I am getting this right, but I'm just saying the gymnastics that have to be done, right? And so now that is the Elseworld. Also, I don't like mixed message branding. Elseworlds has been and has returned to being your line of Elseworld multiverse stories. Leave that the fuck alone. Don't call the Absolute Universe the Elseworld just because y'all didn't have enough shit. You know?
Well, even
I did not confuse myself. I was processing the things coming out of my mouth.
Absolute is a reused term with the Absolute hardcovers. Like, it just...
Yeah, no, they just think that they could just toss their branding around. I'm very fickle. I'm very fickle. I'm not actually. I'm fickle about branding use. I'm less fickle about branding visuals because I just wrote to PSA and I said, "Look, motherfuckers." I was like, "Your font sucks. Everything sucks." I was like, "Your logo is pretty decent. Please get your labels right and come correct. This shit is hideous. I'm not here for no hideous book." I was like, you know, get it right.
That's the only thing I really did see out of New York Comic Con is the new IDW logo that looks so terrible.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
Kevin Smith is now possibly exploring Dogma spinoffs and animated. And you know what? I'd rather he not. I'm tired. I mean, I love Dogma, and I can't wait for him to re-release it, tour the fucking country with it, have it come out as a Fathom fucking event so you can go and watch it with the whole family if you feel like. But please, if we have learned nothing, can we just stop rehashing our shit and never, like, I feel like, I'm going to use Beetlejuice as an example. Every single person I talked to about Beetlejuice is like, it was fine. I was nice. I laughed. No one has said, "Oh my God, I loved it. Oh my God, I'm so happy they made a sequel." Those words are words that have never been echoed. I can't remember the last time that we got a sequel in the 21st century to something from the late 20th century where people are like, "Oh my God." No, y'all, we need to let it go. We keep doing this revisit shit and we keep walking away going, "And for what?" That's how I feel. I'm struggling to remember something I really enjoyed going back to, but like I can't remember something they did recently that we enjoyed. I enjoyed really go back to Axel F, the Beverly Hills Coppery. Like I enjoyed it. Did I need it? Did I leave it going, "Oh my goodness"? No. Do you know what the main thought is after watching that movie? Jesus, every action scene they found a way to make sure that Eddie Murphy was sitting down because he's old. Because he's all like, I'm just saying, like Eddie Murphy's just too old for this shit. It was like every action scene is a race, and he's there. Ooh, I'm in a truck. Oh, I'm in a runaway tractor trailer. Oh, I'm in the back of a car. Like, they did that logo on purpose to get everyone talking about it. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I do not 100% believe that because it looks like they put a little effort into it, but it still sucks. Leaves them wanting more, 100%. A shit demon, the silver screen for the whole family.
Oh, Derek.
I'm betting you want to bring the whole family. And you better believe if that shit is in the movie theater, I am taking my mother. I am taking my God-fearing 83-year-old Catholic mother to go see it. Mark found the exception. Top Gun Maverick is the exception. Congratulations. And why? Because Tom Cruise is a nutcase adrenaline junkie, not afraid to do stunts fucking galore. And number two, they got some fine ass hot fucking men to be there. I know my ass was planted at that fucking IMAX. I was checking out Glenn Powell. I was checking out what's his name, Manny Jacinto. I was just there all. Two showings. And I can't ever since it's been released at home, I can't tell you how many times I watched that movie on mute. Love it. I hope they don't make Spaceballs. I would love for them to avoid that. But what's his name seems down for it. But History of the World Part 2 on Hulu. Sucked.
Oh, never watched it.
Blade Runner 2099, pretty good. I will say that. Did Cliff get in a fight for peaches? Well, which peaches? My peaches? My peaches, my butthole? You know?
Mature audiences only.
You know, or like in an Uber, figured I would say much love. Oh, I was just talking about you. Keep kicking ass at New York Comic Con. Good for you. Cliff destroyed 7 pairs of cargo shorts watching Maverick that summer. No, honey, no, because I know how to treat my clothes and my body well. Although I do have to ask Will what happened after he met those Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. NYCC peaches. So I don't understand. So there was the Peach Momoko incident that has nothing to do with me. So in 2022, me and Sam get there and we see her and there's like this line and I'm like, oh, Sam, this looks ugly. I was like, this looks like a whole bunch of people who do not know, their place. And then when we came back, that's exactly what happened. Peach was heavily guarded and it was completely different, you know? Bro, there was a fist fight. Oh, shit. Over Peach again? When will you learn, New York Comic Con? You too busy trying to freaking pile up your pockets. You can't even figure out who you're supposed to be taking care of. You know? I saw the tail end of it. I was in the mob. I got a signed Peach. Well, that's nice. Met Todd. Yeah, met Todd. That's a big one. We can ask Will tonight on his birthday stream. That's right. Birthday stream for Will. Not what I heard. I heard word on the street. Cliff started it. I can't because I can't be there. So, you know, there we go. Durs, if you are still listening, I sent so many people to send you love at your booth. And so far it's been one failure after another. But I sent like 20 people to say hi to you between Friday and Sunday. I'm like, we're in Saturday. Let's see if anyone finds you. I'm like, you go to Ruff's Comics. You find Adam. You tell him Cliff sent his love. Do you understand me? Spectral Comics pulled a dick move. The Peach line had formed hours ahead of time. Spectral Guy tried to shift the line. Everyone mashed and fought over their spot. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I'm not at the booth ever. Well, the failure is complete on my part. I just, you know what? Just there's just the fact that, I tried.
That's
we all got moved 100%. Jesus. And there's the link for Vog's birthday stream live tonight. It's great. He's getting nothing from me, mostly because I'm broke, but also because when I wrote to him a couple months ago about his birthday, he's like, don't send me anything. I'm like, how dare you, sir? Whatever the hell you know. Durs is everywhere. I don't know how he's still awake. Adrenaline, baby. Adrenaline. New York Comic Con will give you all sorts of crazy ass adrenaline. Hotel to con. Went to bed at 5, up at 6. Adrenaline. So in 2017, I did New York Comic Con and we got to interview all sorts of people, and that was phenomenal. And I was like this. And we were staying in New Jersey, so we had to use the ferry to go back and forth and all that shit. I can't tell you the last time I worked so hard. But I was moving. I'm up having coffee at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet the cast from the Tick. It's so great. He's going to come home and sleep for a week. Yes, he most certainly is. Oh my goodness. He always says don't send him anything. Don't worry, I know the game. I'm going to send him something. It's just not going to show up on his birthday. Today is my day to enjoy the con all day. Going to try for the Ghost Machine signatures, Mark. Got your books. Aw. And when does 2025 Heroes Con info come out? Not soon enough, but I'm assuming January, February. About to take Finn for his karate testing. Talk to y'all later. Love you.
See ya. Thanks for stopping by.
3,000 miles away. Rest up when you can, brother Durs. You deserve it. All right. So I'm just too into the chat today. All right. So, but this all started with I'm not that interested in New York Comic Con.
And what do we do for the last 20 minutes? Talk about
I know,
Comic-Con.
terrible. Which, I guess should bring us to
Just giving the people what they want.
Yeah, sure. Let's do. Speaking of giving them what they want, let's give them some BussyBusters. So let's see here. All right. Where's my latest victim? So once again, our good friends at my comic shop, which, if you're not familiar with them, highly recommend.
Never heard of them.
You have no, you're kidding. I was like, bitch, I just saw your video yesterday where you're like, I got this. It's like, I got this box from my comic shop.
No, true story. I've never bought anything from them.
Did you really? You haven't?
Nope.
Oh, well, if you need a new place to be addicted to that isn't Whatnot, I highly recommend.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm aware.
Yeah, it is. You really didn't do a video? What did I? Oh, you were opening Whatnot boxes. That's what I watched you doing.
Well, if it was my last video, I was opening a bunch of boxes that were AOKs from other people. But yeah,
no, I did not watch your videos in order. But I saw the AOKs. That was really lovely.
I've definitely done a blind unboxing of Whatnot where I had no idea what was in the box because I just bought it. I wasn't paying attention.
It's a real problem. So today's BussyBuster is very special to me. I own the loose version, but I figure I really need one for the wall because I love Superman and I love first appearances. And today's is Action Comics 521, the first appearance of Vixen.
Very nice.
Right? It's a 5.0. It was cheap. It looks great. I love me some Vixen. It presents excellent. Maybe one day I'll upgrade, but for now, this looks very good.
Heck yeah.
Or Hall yeah.
Hall yeah.
So this is my BussyBuster for today. And it's so funny because really, really heavy duty, like shifting gears for my 2025 comic list because I was not as faithful as I wanted to be on my list this year. My list this year was supposed to be about the Defenders and stuff. And I checked off a lot of boxes, but next year I'm switching gears. I'm going to try and finish the stuff from this year and then switch gears into more Superman related things. All right, sir.
Mine is a huge one for me. It's something that's on my list that I didn't think I would get this year. And it is my Uncanny X-Men number 130. It is a very low grade copy. I'm thinking, this could be a 2, somewhere between a 2 and a 3. It's got a lot of chipping and a lot of, spine wear. It looks really good. And I only paid $20 for it. So this is freaking outstanding. So this, my list this year was to try to put the Dazzler run together, which I'm getting close on. And I also really, really wanted this first appearance. And I because of the way that, the whole Taylor Swift and the way the price has been up and down, there was just no way. But this one, I was looking at somebody's at a con and they had a really nice copy for $150. And I was like, no. And he's like, I got one that's in way worse shape, but nobody wants it. I was like, well, meet nobody. Let me see that. And so, yeah, so this is now mine. And I could not be happier to have that.
And I'm sure you got a really good deal from the guy who's like, nobody else wants this, so let's roll.
Yeah, he had 30 on it, and he said, I'll give it to you for 20. And I couldn't get the money out of my wallet fast enough.
Yeah, so in that vein, and I know that I'm cheating, it's a box from Shortboxed. And this just came in recently. And it's not Dazzler. Let's get that right off the table. But again, it was one of those things where I'm like, wow, the bidding on this is rather low. I was like, maybe I have a chance. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have a chance. Oh, wow, this guy even wrote I love when people like write the thank you notes right on there. Like, hey, my eBay, go find me. But I appreciate a thank you note. I do. I hope this is the right box. Can you imagine I'm going to the store box? I'm trying to tell a story, and like I had to fight another dude. Oh my god, this is none of the things I thought it was. This is none of the things I thought it was. Oh no, but oh yes, but oh my. All right, so there was a multitude of short boxed action happening. All these books were listed for $1. And let's see what I paid. It looks like I paid $1 for each of these books.
Nice.
And then the shipping. So it came out to $2 a book. So let's see what that turned into. Because I am fascinated with myself right now. So we got Fantastic Four $239. West Coast Avengers #4 from the limited series. And they're fighting Graviton, one of my favorite villains. Black Goliath #4.
Stilt Man.
Fantastic Four 201. Fantastic Four 241. Fantastic Four 242. Look at that Terex goodness on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars #8. Fantastic Four 245. Fantastic Four 206. And this well-read copy of Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos #95.
$1 each.
Right? And then, of course, $17 shipping. So we're going to call it $2 each.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books, $17 shipping, $27 for 10 bucks. Yeah. But I thought this is really good.
Yeah.
It's also not the box that I thought it was supposed to be, so that's confusing. So thanks. Oh shit. So that did not go the way I expected at all. There's a box I'm waiting for somewhere. Oh my god. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing the BussyBusters. Quick shout out to the chat. Uncanny Derek's Comics, welcome. What's on the comic book rack? Hello again. And, well, by the way, I just happen to love him and I love his stuff. Phil, you're still here. DJ, love you. Entropy in Comics. Kevin, good morning. Bobby, good morning. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Did I catch everyone? I think I did.
I think so.
I love you, Cody. He's doing great stuff. Okay. And Kevin. And Bobby. Everybody's wonderful. You're all doing good stuff. I can't keep track of all of it. And I only add to the problem. Let me be online too. I think, should we go into Rate It or Hate It?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so today's theme for Rate It or Hate It is going to be New York Comic Con exclusives. Now, there's a lot of New York Comic Con exclusives, but there's one New York Comic Con exclusive. There's one comic book that really seems to be out of control with the exclusive covers. And I'm calling that comic book Absolute Batman #1. So here we have the Absolute Batman #1. This is Philip Tan's sketch variant homage. Yes! Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But you know, but Nate likes Batman quite a bit.
I
So let's see.
do.
So the
Uh,
Philip Tan sketch variant, rated or hate it.
Well, let me give another qualifier here. Not only do I like Batman, I love trash, and a lot of variant covers sometimes just kind of lean in that direction. Like, in the future, you're going to find this for $5 if they're going to charge you 25 now.
Charge
I'm
you more than that now, I'm sure.
I'm actually going to rate this one. I think this is hysterical. Batman is so big, the cape is so ridiculous.
Yeah, this book is going for $422.
What? Okay, no, I hate it. I take it back. Hate it.
Okay.
Cost is a factor. That's
Now
ridiculous.
the next one is going for roughly $53 raw and $129 graded, and that is the full label, full color version.
I can rate that one.
Yes.
I can rate that. I can't rate a $400 variant cover. For a book that just came out.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, nah. So what are your thoughts? Scale of 1 to 5.
Scale of 1 to 5. I mean, I'd give it's a 2. It's not outstanding, but it's funny. The big bulky Batman in the classic pose.
Yeah. One of the things I'm hating most about this Batman is how bulky he is, and then what a twunk he looks like out of costume. And I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, On the other hand, I mean, it might be the closest thing we get to Batman being written like Nightwing. So there's that.
Yeah.
All right. The next one up is I have words about the next one. The next one is Mark Brooks, who I actually do love. Mark Brooks. Rated or hated? This one goes for 50 roughly.
I'll rate it a 1. I don't hate it.
All right, now this one slab goes for 145.
I'll be honest. I like the trade dress better on the first one.
Yeah.
Then I like the Virgin variant.
Yeah, I'm
fairly indifferent.
By the way, all the Batmen technically should shave their legs to get into their outfits. I hate to ruin the mystique for everybody. But that's the reality. The Chunky Knight Returns. I hate this one. I don't know about you.
I don't like this one. I like the one with the title on it a little bit. Not enough to pay $50 for it though.
The next one is by Jock. It's exclusively at his booth. It's $40 at the show. It's selling online for about $67. Rated or hate?
Yeah, hate it. And I like Jock.
I like Jock too, but what is this? And
yeah.
It's so, by the way, notice how deliberately Dark Knight Returns it is.
It's so muddy. But
you see like the mutant dude at the bottom.
Absolutely.
What are we doing?
No.
What are we doing? All right, the next one is very popular. Very popular. Oh my God, why am I being called? The next one is very popular. And it is, where are you? It is the Akira homage by Javier Fernandez.
Yeah.
Rated or hated?
Oh, it's a definite rate it for me. I love this one. I saw this one earlier. I'd give this a 4.
I obviously do not share the sentiments. I am giving it a 2 because I appreciate the cultural relevance and I understand what people are drawn to, but also I'm old as hell. I was very much a child for Akira. Akira homages have been done. I'm not sure what I've seen homage more. Akira bike shit or Amazing Spider-Man 300. I'm pretty sure Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 300 still wins, but I feel like the Akira bike shit is right there under it. But yeah, I can appreciate, the cultural zeitgeist. I'm giving it a 2. Oh, the next one is by Jock and Frank Miller.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh.
I hate it. I'm just getting it right out of the ballpark. I hate it.
Okay, here's the thing, and I hate it too. These
But you love trash.
But I love trash, so I'm rating this one, and I'm giving this a 3. I love these Frank. If you saw the Frank Miller Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime variant that he did, they are hysterical to me. So yeah, this is a rate. This is solid.
Oh my Lord.
Solid trash. Do you know what? I'm sure the Virgin one goes for way more than I'd be willing to pay, but
I am sure. And sorry, phone is suddenly dying. And people are leaving me voicemail. All right, so then I hate it too much to dare. Oh my Lord. So Batman.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God. The next one is from Clayman. It's $40 at its booth. It's a foil cover. Rate it or hate it.
Oh God, I can't even tell what's happening.
Well, he's got his bat axe in his
hand
here.
Okay.
There's some woman in a baseball cap sloped over his shoulder who looks like she tried to stab him. Yeah.
I'm very indifferent. I guess I'd say hate it just because this is a variant, and like variants should be something special. I don't know. It's not great.
Mean, it's certainly unique, and he did incorporate the bat axe.
He's got the bat axe, and I did like in the issue. I like the party animal gang that wears all the masks, the skeleton masks. I thought it's very Dark Knight. Yeah, I don't care. I don't know that I care enough to rate or hate this one.
No, honestly, I hate it too. I hate this overly bulky Batman. I'm not into it. I really hate the bat axe so much.
See, I thought the bat axe was so stupid. It was fun.
Right, but I just can't. Like I can't. I'm not getting it. Like. Rod, the birthday boy Rican, love it. How are you? Hate means you care on some level. Yeah, I care on some level, but not on my scale of 1 to 5, where it's like about collectability, ownership, resale value. Like that's the scale. 4 and 5 are about like, I love it. It's going into PC. I'd be proud to own it. I'd love to resell it. Like that's like the top. 1 is like somebody appreciates this. And then I just hate it. It's like, I hate you too much to care. But I do care. I hate you too much to care to give you the 1 to 5. But honestly, I guess I'm giving this a 1. I guess I'm giving it a 1.
Yeah, I mean, I give this one a 0 because I literally don't care. This one does nothing for me. It doesn't ignite my passions or my hatred.
The next one is very interesting because the next one was given out as a retailer exclusive on Wednesday. It is what appears to be an ashcan version of Absolute Batman number 2. Processing.
I mean, I guess just because you just don't see ash cans very much anymore, man. That is such a product of the 90s. I guess I got to give it a rate.
We're all products of the 90s.
Yeah. I guess I got to give it a rate it just because like I said, I can't think of an ash can I've seen in the last 10, 15 years. So I'll give it a 2 for it being unique to me.
I am also going to give it a 2 for being unique as, It's got the cover action going on. Whoever the hell this person is on the cover. You know, I'm like, yeah, you know, and of course it was a retailer summit edition, you know, so that's cool. We're gonna lighten up. We're gonna get a Batman Adventures number 16, Wedding to Die For cover is coming up next. Let's see who the hell made this. This one is from East Side Comics. It's a facsimile, of course, limited to 500. Goes for $40 at their booth. A 9.8 is selling for $88. And let's rate it or hate it.
I'll rate it. I'll rate it a 3.
A 3? Ooh.
A 3.
Do tell, sir. Do tell.
I really like Batman, you know, the Bruce Timm animated show. I see Ty Templeton is on there, and he's somebody whose work I've enjoyed for a really long time. You know, he, speaking of product of the 90s, he did a lot of books in the 90s. And I don't know, it just looks like, you know, classic. I'm giving it a 3 for nostalgia.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you on all points. I will also give it a 3. You know, I love the look. I like what it's about. Let's see if we feel the same about the other East Side Comics exclusive for Batman Adventures 16. It is the masked Harley virgin variant, and it is also by East Side Comics, and Will Jack is the artist. Rated or hated, the baby doll.
Yeah, I will rate.
And the precious.
That's a 5. That is unique. I love it. I love the mid-century aesthetic of the artwork. And I like the cheesecake aspect of it.
Did I? I'm not at 1K yet, but I appreciate you, dude. Any funds, I'm only partially monetized. Any funds that collect from now until the first week of December is going to my Marines Toys for Tots toy drive that we do every year at the comic shop for the last 15 years. And for the second week of December through January, which is my birthday month, it will go to the Hyde Park Food Pantry. So thank you. I appreciate it very much. And again, tell people to subscribe so I can actually hit the 1,000. He's like, you'll be there. I'm like, I hope so. All right. So, you know, for my heterosexual friends, I automatically assume this is going to be a 5 for at least 2 reasons, right? Because at least 2 reasons I could really picture going into this. The domino mask is something. The art is solid. For me, it's a 3. You know, I'm not going out of my way to add this to my collection.
Depending on cost, I don't think I would either, but like just in terms of the art style, it looks like it looks like an advertisement from a 50s magazine, which I think
I do love that.
Bitchin'.
I do love that.
It's just so cool.
It's pretty cool.
Who's the artist? Whoever the artist on that
Will Jack. It's Will Jack.
Very solid. That's awesome.
Now the next one, you're gonna immediately recognize the artist and the homage.
Okay.
What do you think?
I will rate it a 3.
Oh my god, I'm giving it a 5. You know, it's Batman #1. It's a direct homage. It's beautiful, Alex Ross. The colors are absolutely simmering. You know, I mean, like,
it's good. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I still really love Alex Ross's art, and I'm just so happy to like see something a little bit fresh. And
I do too. But to me, this one is like the Alex Ross I like the most is when he gets up close. Like, and this is just I think the only reason I'm saying it is because it is like such a direct homage.
Maybe you'll enjoy Batman and Robin Year 1.
I love that.
There we go.
Do. That's a 5.
That is a 5. And again, Rups Comics booth 2863. You can find it there. All right. I'm giving it a 5. But let's see how you feel about the next one. Also available from Alex Ross at Rups Comics.
5. I love this one. Is this reused? I feel like
because there's another artist who did this exact same cover, different shading outside of the yellow, and similar positioning, but that came out this week.
Okay.
So there is a Batman and Robin on the racks with this positioning, different artist entirely.
Yeah, that's a 5 too.
This one's also available for $50. It's selling for online around for like $92 right now. People are really after it. The next one is some older Tim Sale artwork that's being reused. And that is for Batman Long Halloween #1.
$5.
I know, for the Tim Sale of it all, right?
And just, I mean, look at all the rogues you get on. You just don't get a cover this packed as much in modern times. I feel like that is great. Everybody's there.
I do love that everybody's there. I'm kind of all about it. All right, let's take a DC Batman break, and we're gonna go to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Oh, I love this. I have.
This is by Brett Bean.
Yeah. Ugh. I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. Kind of hate it. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of the series or the other covers. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say Beneath the Trees to me.
All right, let's see how you feel about the Maria Wolf cover.
Love it.
There we go.
That's a 5, baby.
Trev. Crowd covers are going to be hard to come by, but you know what? Call Phil Jimenez, baby. Call him for the crowd covers. You know, although I will say Todd Knock can do a crowd cover, but I know he doesn't have a broad audience for his taste and work. But Todd can knock them out.
I don't know.
I love the Maria Wolf one too. I love that it's a thriller.
Yes.
A thriller tribute. I love the look. I do feel like the look matches the book.
Well, not only does it match the book, but I think the people behind her are the people she has murdered.
Yes,
so
absolutely. Absolutely.
Thematically, it's just fantastic.
And then, of course, there's one more that I think is fantastic for Beneath the Trees.
Oh, Negative Space.
And, you know, I don't always approve of Negative Space, but this is one area where I can get on board.
I think I'd go 4 on this one. I don't like it as much as the other. But
Thriller was just too good. Thriller was just too good.
That's so good.
My goodness. All right. We're doing great here. Oh, no. I lost the thing. Hold on. We got a few more. All right. We're going to take a break for the Batman. We're going to take a break from the indies, but we're going to go absolute. This is the Absolute Ash Can Special Edition, where it's a flip book. One side is Wonder Woman #1, and the other is Absolute Superman #1.
I don't know. 2.
I hear you, Derek. I hear you. But I think it's cute for Beneath the Trees. Look at this guy with flawless. Did you say a 2 for this?
I give it a 2. Yeah. I mean, because it's just black and white of the covers they've already released. It's cool that it's both of them. I would check it out.
I mean, I'm not going out of my way for it. That's for sure.
No, I'm not either.
Let's see. This next one sucks. So I'm skipping it. Sorry, I'm just going to go for ones that I'm interested in. I'm that guy. I don't know.
That's your show.
I know, but there's so many things. I'm like, no one cares. No, I was like, I don't care. Who cares? That's how I feel. You know. Although actually, there is this this one boys #1 that's selling for $20.
That's pretty solid. I'd give that a 3 or a 4.
I'm going to give it a 3, and I'm definitely going to try and figure out a way to commission a hypersexualized version of this. That is for darn sure. Oh my God. How do you feel about Berserk?
I love Berserk.
All right.
It is some disturbing stuff.
This Jason Justin Mason. I butchered that name. This Justin Mason version at the con.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Berserker, not Berserk.
Berserker. Yeah, sorry, Berserker. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Berserk is the
I
manga,
know the manga,
which I do love. This is okay. I like this actually.
It's pretty good. It's
yeah.
pretty.
I would give this a 3.
Now they have a Raphael Grassetti variant that I believe is on sale at it's the Whatnot Virgin foil variant.
I don't particularly like it.
I like it enough to give it like a 2.
I was gonna say a 1. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't. If it was part of a lot I bought, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yes,
but I don't want to pay money just for this.
Yeah, right. I'm not going out of my way. All right, let's switch into some, I think, Avengers. Where's the Avengers? I know how to spell, I promise. Even though this making me nope, it's just making me feel stupid. Avengers Assemble, where the hell are you? All right, it's an Avengers Assemble #2 variant. I don't have details on the artist, which is pissing me off. Rate it or hate it?
Ooh, that I rate it. I'm giving that a 5. I love this.
I love this one, but also there's a virgin.
I like the other one better. I like the color better than the black and white.
I gotta tell you, I would buy the set. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would absolutely get the set.
I love the classic, the corner box and the everything about this with the words on it more than the Virgin. But I'm with you. They're both good, but I like the color better.
I'm agreeing with you. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. All right. There's a Conan #14. There's a few variants. What are we thinking?
It's good. 2.
I'm thinking a 3.
I'm thinking a 3. Definitely a 3 on this one, where I can see the monster a little better.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would definitely want the Virgin.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then we got this bad boy here.
I'd say that's a 2 for me.
Yeah, I think that's a 2. I feel like this is the biggest winner of the lot.
Yeah. And on the next one, like Conan looks really good, and the girl almost looks, is that Red Sonja? But it almost looks like she doesn't even.
No, that's no Red Sonja.
Okay.
No,
but she's not the right art. She's almost like a different art style.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. It definitely is a choice. And speaking of issue 14s, we got a couple of different ones. We got a couple of different variants of Daredevil 14. Let's start with the peach.
Oh my god. I just want to say 5 because Jeff's in it.
Right? He's just floating there.
Yeah, it's a 5. That's so bizarrely amazing. I'm not
going to go hard for a 5 because I'm still biased and I still have hit and miss feelings of her art, but this is better than most of her covers from 2024 that were not her full art books. I'm giving it a solid 4.
Yeah.
Now the other one is by John Tyler Christopher. It's called the Radar cover.
I'll give this a 4. I really like it.
I am digging it. I agree. I would also give it a 4. There's just something about it.
Well, it's like the web, covers that they do for Spider-Man, but instead of webs, it's Daredevil's radar vision.
Yeah, but I'm liking it. I like it. It's got that.
I really like it.
Yeah, I was like, let's try to find a nice Red Sonja. All right, I'm skipping a lot of other stuff. By the way, all these Pooh comics, like I just feel I'm at the point with the Pooh variants where I just feel bad for the people who invested in them.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, like, and I'm talking about like the people online. Like, I'm not gonna say who I saw last night. But I saw someone last night like selling them on Whatnot, and I was just sad for this very well-known person who was selling them. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, and not one of them sold for over dollar value, right?
Oof,
like they all
yeah.
started at 20 and ended at no bids or 20 at best.
Yeah.
And I was like, read the room, honey, read the room. But yeah, I love this Daredevil. If this person I'm thinking of was selling these Daredevils last night, it would have been happening.
Yeah, that's an awesome cover.
Now the last one is a George Perez.
Okay.
It's a classic, you know. Yeah, the thing is the Pooverse, the movie, that actually makes more sense making money than these terrible, terrible comics. Ooh, wait, where's Noah?
Broke Boy.
How did I miss? There he is. Yes. Yes. Because Broke Boy's going to be on with us in a few weeks.
Awesome.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me verify. It may be next week. Let's look at that calendar. Let's be sure. Yes, next week is Broke Boy Comics. Yes.
Awesome.
I should do that art today. I should be doing art. Next week is Broke Boy. The week after is going to be Fable. The 9th of November will be Brendan from The Gallows Man.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
You know, Disney Comics. The 16th is Robbie. Rockin' Robbie will be here. The 23rd, I'm at a con, and it's supposed to be Steve, Hip Hops and me. I got to rework that with him. The 30th is Chris, the Comic Vet. And then December 14th is my toy drive. December 7th and 21st and 28th are still open. So you guys know my schedule here and now.
Very
Jesus.
cool.
All right, so the last one, I'm really biased because like it basically screams my childhood whenever I look at it. And it's the the Virgin wraparound variant for Crisis on Infinite Earths #1.
5.
Yep, 5.
I mean, this is my childhood too, man. Firestorm, Blue Beetle, just this whole storyline. I am all in on this. John Stewart.
Isn't it just beautiful? You know,
I reread Crisis on Infinite Earths 2 or 3 times a year, I think.
You're more hardcore than me. I only do like a once a year.
But just to go through I'm not gonna say I read every page and panel, but I just want to go through and see that art.
Yeah. Oh, I got the big old collector set. I read every page and panel.
Yeah.
And I just recently issue 7 just got reprinted, The Death of Supergirl. I reread it. As soon as I held it in my hands, I reread it. I started crying immediately. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's like, that like when Supergirl's like, Kal-El leads me, and she starts flying and bashing through everything, and it's just like, and the narration is like, Kara Zor-El knows whatever could be endangering her cousin surely could endanger her as well. But Kara is a hero. Oh my God. She is the hero.
She is.
Then she gets there and she's wailing on the anti-monitor, and Dr. Light is like, oh my God, she's unstoppable. She just keeps going. And she's like, get my cousin out of here. And the anti-monitor is like, no, my suit is breaking. And then like that blast of anti-monitor that comes out of him and takes out Kara. And then the insane, and Dr. Light is like trying to protect Superman. Like, it's just like, oh my God. And she's just like, and she's like yelling, get my cousin out of here. She's like, you've already done for me more than you'll ever know. And I'm like, bitch, get Kal-El out of there. And
do
like
what she said.
It's so beautiful, and it pisses me off because Kara's loss means nothing after that because no one remembers her. And I wish that they just simply when they did the reboot, that they simply just acknowledged that Kara existed and died, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't have to acknowledge all the other Kryptonians. They didn't have to go, oh, we restored the planet or any of that shit. You know what I mean? Like the miniature city Kandor. They didn't have to do all that. They could just be like, Kara lived and died. Because I would have loved the concept of Dr. Light like staying the course of I am a hero because of Supergirl's sacrifice.
Yeah, I will agree. And they should
yeah.
have, because they you know, they kept Barry's memory from the next issue. You know, everyone got to remember him. So
yeah, Wally's like, oh, Barry gave his life during the crisis, and I was like, and Kara did what? Did nothing? Like, you know, oh, the history just got rewritten. Everything's just rewritten. It's just fine. But yeah, I love this series, and that art is so gorgeous, and I'm loving how the screen looks right now. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, amazing.
All fives, wonderful. And that, friends, of course, was Rate It or Hate It. Which brings us back to you, sir.
All right.
This is your moment. This is your 5-finger shuffle.
All right, man. I freaking struggled with this. I kept going back and forth. Like, what am I going to pick? What am I going to show? And I think you'll dig it. So I went with DC Silver Age. Oh. And I went with books that I have that are first or second appearances, or at least, well, when I get to the end, it's not an appearance, but it's something really important that happens for the first time. So to start with a second appearance, I've got Jimmy Olsen number 135, which is the second cameo of Darkseid. I will argue that this is the superior cameo of Darkseid, because you actually get to see him do a little interacting. I think he even has a line in this one. I don't know in the first appearance or the first cameo. I will someday. But this was, speaking of Whatnot, when we were talking about that earlier today, I got this for $5, like on a Whatnot sale. And it is a little bit damaged, but for the price I paid, cannot complain. A character that I really like is Deadman, and I do not own his first appearance because it's pricey, but I did get his second appearance in Strange Tales 206.
Oh,
so this one, again, I got it kind of cheap. I think I paid $15 for this or something. And the first appearance goes for, a couple hundred in good shape. So this was really cool. I actually used this. My family just did, my son carved a pumpkin, and my wife and I painted some, and I painted Deadman on my pumpkin because I got a white pumpkin, and it worked out really well.
I treasure that. I treasure that family image right now. I really do.
Well, I'll take a picture. I'll send you a picture later. So this is the first appearance of, and you will dig this, I think, first appearance of the Legion of Super Pets, Adventure Comics 293. Yes!
I do dig it. It's on my 2025 list.
Well, you will be. So this, I got in a lot on eBay, and I couldn't believe this was in it because it was 4 books for $40. So I only paid $10 for this. They did not know. They did not know what they had. I mean, this is not a $10 book. This is an amazing, an amazing get for me. And I freaking love the Legion of Super Pets, as you will see in my next one. My next pick is an Action Comics number 293. This is the origin of Comet the Super Horse.
Yeah.
So Comet's first appearance is actually in this, which I think came out the month before, and then they tell his origin here. I just sent, this is my upgrade copy. I just sent Matt from Matt Likes Comics. I just sent him my old version. So this was on my list, trying to collect as many of the Super Pets as I can. And then the last book, my 5th book for my 5-finger shuffle. This is a bit, it's not a first appearance, but it's the first time this event happened, and it's very important in DC Comics. So Superman number 199, the first Superman Flash race.
Yes. Yeah, so, hold on. Wait a second. I do own this, but it's still worthy. It is still worthy of the moment. It is worthy.
I am honored.
It is worthy. I love that. I picked that up when I was a kid. Yours, I think, looks better than mine, and I picked mine up for $30.
I picked this up for
Christmas money.
This was in my LCS. Somebody sold just a ton. Actually, I got both of these from my LCS. Someone sold a ton, their entire Superman collection to them, and they had the Comet. Comet Origin was $20, and Superman Flash Race was $35. And it's rough. It's rougher than it looks. But it's still, this is a hard book to find because of this black cover. Like, it's always torn up on the spine. But you know,
I was gonna say, my experience is not that it's difficult to find; it's difficult to find in good condition.
Yeah, and this one I would say is in, like, you know, good 3, maybe 4 condition. It's got some spine rolling, but I couldn't be happier to have it, man.
Yeah, no, it looks beautiful, and I know how much you love the Flash.
I do. I love Barry Allen Flash, Silver Age Flash, and so that one was a hard one to track down for me, and like you said, to find for a price I was willing to pay, and $35 I was completely willing to pay.
Considering you paid $5 more than I did for mine when I was a kid,
yeah,
I think you did a spectacular job.
And I got mine a couple months ago.
And you got yours a couple months ago. Yeah, I think you did a spectacular job.
Super excited.
Jesus. For Slash play.
Oh,
now,
Derek.
That is a poll. Oh my goodness. By the way, I'm on my 3rd short box.
You're still looking?
Yeah, because one of these is supposed to have the comic I'm missing. I'm like, where are you, you bitch? It was like, you're the main reason I got sucked into short box, and I can't find you.
Well, then I'll cheat while you're still digging. I'll show this one that I just got a couple weeks ago. Lois Lane 11. So it's one of the earliest ones. Lois Lane's another run I really want to put together. I kind of feel like it is achievable, and this one has her as the jungle leopard girl of the jungle, and you know, kind of a good girl Lois jungle girl cover. I thought it was cool.
By the way, I will never buy from Shortbox again, other than unless I know who you are. I had Whodat had a good sale. And I got a perfectly great condition slab from Whodat. But this person who I bought Dollar Comics from sent them like this.
Whoa.
This is 2024. I don't care if you're selling them for $1. It's your choice to sell them for $1. I don't care that they're not in the perfect condition and they do smell like my childhood. Put a damn bag and board on your comics. If you are selling online, I'm sorry if it's sold for $1. Put a damn bag and board on your comics.
100%.
You know, am I going to their eBay page? You better believe I'm not. You know, and I'm not happy with the other little batch that I just had, because again, it looks like someone found a few comics at a comic shop in any old condition and then threw them together and mailed them to me. Right?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? How dare you in this age? Look at that. I even got an amen. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when oof. My goodness. My goodness. Oh my God. Well, dude, that was a fabulous 5.
Thank you. I have not shown off that Superman 199 either. So this is the first place I've shown anyone I even own it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny is
Cliff.
I appreciate it. I got that 199 at the same comic shop that I got my 200 in. And I never forget, the 200 was sitting in a box of a whole bunch of older books in top loaders. And I pulled it out. I was like, oh, it's Superman 200. And it was my birthday. So it was still my birthday money. Same store, same month, different trip. And I was like, oh, I should get this. And have 199 and 200.
Yeah.
Scotty. All right. Is there anything else you wish to share with us, sir, before we wrap it up?
Well, I forgot to bring it in here, but on the 30th at 8 p.m., October 30th, it's a Wednesday, I'll be doing the first graphic novel book club where I am going to be talking about My Favorite Thing is Monsters. with 9-panel grid and Mike from Lunch Money Comics. So we're going to do kind of a book club thing. Other than that, I put out a video every week, just me showing off nonsense that I bought or stuff from my collection. Sometimes I live stream whenever I feel like it. So other than that, no, I don't really have anything going on. Today's the last day you can go vote for me on the Comic Book Community Awards. I was nominated for Best Unknown Channel. So I would love your vote. I would love it if you'd go check my channel out and give me a subscription. And
you should. He's great.
And I appreciate you having me on, Cliff. This was a blast, buddy.
I loved having you on. And also, by the way, maybe next year you'll get most comedic. I do enjoy your little skit moments.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I'm just trying to have fun. I do what I can. If I make myself laugh, I figure maybe someone else will think it's funny. Because I show the videos to my wife, and she smiles and she'll say, "It's funny." But very rarely do I get her to laugh. So I guess I think I'm more entertaining than she does.
I mean, that could be a thing. I mean, God knows everyone in my family just thinks I'm okay.
Right, that's
and then I come on here and people are like, "Oh my goodness," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're my people. I found you."
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
you are 100% correct.
It's true.
It's not that she doesn't appreciate me. I think she does, but it's just like, you don't think this is funny? I spent an hour on this. I think it's hilarious.
Listen, the first time I went to do stand-up, my mother's like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, why would you want to embarrass yourself?" And it was only a couple of years ago. Why would you want to embarrass yourself? Oh, don't come crying to me when it goes terribly, And I did 9 minutes, and it was very good. It wasn't great. Like, let's not pretend it was great, but it was good, And I knew my material, and I came home and I showed her the 9-minute video, and she was like, "Oh, that was nice." I was like, "Could you hear the people laughing? The people who aren't you that do think I'm funny. Did you hear that?"
Right. Well, I think you're funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're adorable. You're a blast. You are a human dynamo, and
I don't know about all that, but thank you.
Oh, it's all true. I told you earlier, man. Since you asked me, I've been like pumped about this one all month, because this is kind of my last hurrah too. Like, I've been on fall break. I'm going back to work full time for the winter slog. So it's okay. No, this is how it's ending. This is me being positive.
I love it, but it makes me sad, because I'm like, well, when are we gonna hang out if you gotta go back to work? I was like you and teaching those children, just ruining everything.
Yeah, they need me. Believe me, they need me.
I believe you. I got the adults. I got the adults who didn't have the parents they needed, and now they got me.
So hey man, send me a link anytime I'm available. I will jump on and hang with you. I promise.
Shit, I was like, you might be joining me at 5:00 today. So let's
never know.
Birthday stream for Boggs.
Cool.
There you go. Do you even know who Boggs is?
I don't.
Am I inviting you to birthday streams you don't belong? You know what? I'll invite you to something else. Don't worry. I was like, let me not invite you to things that I'm not in charge of inviting people to.
That's why I love you, buddy.
Oh my God. Nate sounds like Charlie Sheen. You do, but like a better Charlie Sheen.
I hope so.
Like you sound like a young, healthy radio broadcast announcer, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Not the sour, allegedly drunk, allegedly high, broken on the set man, Charlie Sheen.
Is he still alive?
Oh yeah, he's alive.
Okay.
Teach those kids how to send comics.
I will.
Paint the message.
Painter's tape. You make tabs. You get a Gemini mailer, man. You don't mess around with this.
I
Bubble
know.
wrap.
Gemini mailer. Learn from your ancestors who are still alive to teach you. Which, by the way, I didn't even remember what was in here. Look at that.
All right.
That's the last hurrah. We made it after 12:00. I love talking too much. I've enjoyed talking to you. All right, everybody. Until next week.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Broke Boy will be with us. It's going to be great. Thank y'all so much. Until next time, where the hell is my outro? Bye.